92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You've all heard the expression, nice guys finish last.
Oh, yeah.
What about the expression, nice guys blow you off?
I don't think they're considered a nice guy at that point.
Rebecca emailed us. She actually has gone out with a lot of jerks and apparently has finally found a nice dude. But for some reason, he's not calling her back. Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for your email. Thank you for coming on the show. Tell us a little bit about the guy you want us to call.
First of all, I just want to say that I love your show. I listen to you guys all the time.
Oh, thanks, Rebecca. But don't worry, you don't have to suck up. You're already on the show.
Yeah.
Jubal
Plus, we
already
already know that most people kind of do that anyway. So.
Oh, come on.
Listen to the show, I mean.
No, they don't.
So, yeah, I went out on a date with this guy, and he's different than most guys that I date because, like, I normally date guys who, like, have a lot of money and flashy cars, and they like to show off and show me off, and he's like a really nice guy.
Okay.
So I really liked him because he seemed really genuine and sincere, and my friends were all like, oh my God, you have to stick with this guy if you want to be like in a real relationship and not just be arm candy for the rest of your life.
So you feel like you're just arm candy for other dudes?
Oh, totally.
And you seem like you're okay with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's, there are worse things in life, but...
Rebecca, would you consider yourself a hot person?
Oh, totally.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot would you say you are?
11, for sure.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us what happened on the date.
We went to a comedy show, and we were having a good time, and we laughed. I mean, it wasn't like Jubal's comedy. Like, that would have been the ultimate date.
I know.
But
Seriously.
we were having a really good time, and then I invited him to come out after because I was going to meet the girls at a club, and he gave me, like, this tiny peck on the cheek and said he couldn't come, and then he left. And so I texted him to, like, just give him, a hint that I would definitely go out with him again.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't hear from him. And then I started to think, maybe he thinks I'm too hot for him.
Okay.
Okay.
You know how they say, like, couples, like, should look alike and, like,
Right.
a 10 days a 10. And, like, I think he's
Rebecca.
attractive, but I mean...
Rebecca, you know what? I think you're awesome, but also things like that are things that you should think and not say out loud.
Rude.
You know what I mean?
I didn't say it to him. I'm saying it to you guys.
I don't know
Okay.
of any man on the planet who would not call Kate Upton back because they thought she was too hot.
You don't feel like he's necessarily on the same level as you, as far as looks are concerned.
It's really hard for me to judge because I'm so used to dating guys who are, like, super, super hot.
I noticed that we didn't rate personality scale at all in this, or humility, or...
But that's what you said. You were looking for a nice dude, unlike the other guys that you've been with who are just about money and having you as arm candy and everything else. So sometimes you got to slum it, right?
Oh, come on.
Well, I don't have a lot of experience dating nice guys. So my friends just keep telling me that I have to make this one work. So I'm trying to listen to them. I'm trying to make a change.
I feel like nice is just code word for not attractive.
Yeah. I like it's just a slum it with an 8.
Yeah. All right. But you liked him, though, right? I mean, you were attracted to him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm attracted to him.
Your voice was going up high, so that's usually a sign of...
Yeah.
Like, he's not, like, a supermodel. He's, like, I don't know, like a B-list celebrity.
Okay, make sure to hold on to those compliments if we get him on the phone.
Yeah. The things that you're saying to us right now, you didn't say these to him, did you?
No, not at all. I mean... Other people kept coming up to me and to, like, tell me how great I looked, but, I mean, that always happens. And I ran into a guy who I knew, and he sent us drinks and was flirting with me, but, like, I didn't flirt back.
Okay, well, that could be a turnoff if some other guy was flirting with you, especially if it's, like, a real hot, successful dude.
Yeah, but, I mean, I was there with John, and I stayed with John, and I did not reciprocate the flirting.
Okay.
Good.
And he turned you down, like, right after the comedy show, you said you were going out with your friends, and he didn't want to come along?
No, I invited him. He told me that, I don't know, he couldn't or he had plans or something, and he gave me a peck, and then he left.
All right. Right there, that would make me think that something happened.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're out with a hot girl and you have fun at a comedy show and she invites you to go somewhere, you're going to be like, yeah, sure, I'll come along.
Absolutely.
With her and her 6 girlfriends to a nightclub? I don't know.
Well, maybe not, actually. All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, just hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Rebecca is on the phone with us right now, about to do her second date update. Rebecca is very attractive. Rebecca knows that, right, Rebecca?
Yeah.
Doy.
There's nothing wrong with a little confidence, but humility is also a good thing.
Well, I'm not mean. I'm just pretty.
That's true.
Fair.
Maybe the guy was intimidated by you, and that's why he's not calling you back. Now, to remind everybody, Rebecca went out with a guy named John to a comedy club. After the show was over, she invited him out with her and her girlfriends to go clubbing. He said he wasn't into it, gave her a peck on the cheek, and hasn't called her since. And he's like the first nice guy she's ever gone out with, because Rebecca says that she normally just dates jerks who are into money and cars and just want to use her as arm candy. Rebecca, there's nothing you can think of that you did wrong on the date.
No, I mean, I told you the only thing was that we ran into that guy I knew who sent us some drinks and was flirting, but I really hope that he's not the reason.
Did you make it obvious that you weren't into that, like you were on the date with John and you weren't flirting with the other guy?
Yeah, I mean, I was sitting at a table with John, and he sent us both drinks like he knew we were on a date.
But still
that
accepting
is
it.
such a D-bag move, too, for that guy to do that. Just be like, hey, bro, here you go. I'll buy you a drink, too. Why not?
Which means
I got
Jubal's
the
done
money.
it at one point in time.
It's very true. It feels really good when you do it, too. We're about to call John right now, see if we can get him on the phone and get your second date update. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, hang on.
Hello?
Hey, is this John?
Yes, this is.
John, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5.
Who is this?
Jubal from Moving 92.5. How you doing?
What's up?
Not much. Just calling you because you recently went out with a girl named Rebecca to a comedy show.
Okay.
Rebecca emailed us and told us about your date a little bit, and she is wondering why you're not calling her back.
From what we understand, it's pretty hard to forget Rebecca.
Yeah, I mean, she's a beautiful girl. I think that she's quality people, you know. I just,
That sounded so unconvincing,
Yeah.
John.
Searching for words.
Yeah. Did you not like Rebecca very much?
I liked her a lot. It's just, I'm not sure what did Rebecca tell you?
She said that you guys went out to a comedy club, had a good time there, and then after she invited you out with her friends, and you didn't want to come. She did also say that some dude that she knows bought you guys both drinks and was flirting with her, and she thought that that might have turned you off a bit.
I mean, that was a little strange, I'm not going to lie, but, you know, I didn't write her off for that. Something happened, you know. I went on her Facebook, and I saw something there that made me feel like it's just not in the cards.
What did you see on her Facebook page?
I was going through her Facebook photos, and I was scrolling down, and I noticed a guy that she was with that looked familiar, and then I made a connection. He's a football player that plays for the Seahawks.
Okay, so she's hanging out with Seahawk players?
Yeah, and, you know, I mean, this is a big dude. You know, he's a football player, professional football player, and there's just no way I can compete with that. So,
But that's it, dude?
That's the reason?
yeah, I mean, this guy's huge, and he's ripped, and he's famous, and he's loaded.
Who was it?
I don't even want to tell you.
Come on, just tell me who it was. I want to know.
No, dude, I'm not going to tell you. There's no reason for me to be putting this business out there.
Yeah, don't make the man fear for his life.
And also, you know, when we were at this comedy club, this comedian was up there joking about how white guy's junk is different than black guy's junk. You know what I mean? So there's
Oh, so you're like, so in your mind, you're like, I can't compete on any level. I don't have the money. I don't have the other stuff.
And yeah, she was laughing about it, and, you know, so clearly she knows that there's a difference.
Oh, man.
I mean, she's had T-bone steak, and I'm meatloaf. You can't really compare the two.
I feel so bad.
Hey,
Get some confidence.
John, Rebecca is actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said. Rebecca?
Hey.
Wait, what?
John,
gotta be
it's me.
Oh, my God.
Say hi to Meatloaf.
I just want to say that you really shouldn't think that I'm judging you just because I went out with a football player. I mean, yeah, he's ripped and he's fast and he's rich, but like you're nice, and I wanted to go out with you.
But I mean, you understand where I'm coming from, right, Rebecca? You know, I feel like you're used to one thing and I'm the complete opposite. So I'm not sure we're a match.
Come on.
First of all, can't I be the judge on how different it is? I mean, I haven't even gotten that opportunity.
Ooh.
Second of all, maybe I don't want to be with a guy like that. I mean, NFL players call me all the time. I can date any one of them.
Rebecca, that's not going to help.
I wanted to go out with you because you're nice and you were funny and you treated me like a person instead of just a picture of a person. And I don't get
But
you
Rebecca,
guys.
do you see where I'm coming from? Like, what if the last person I dated was Scarlett Johansson, you know?
I don't get it because, first of all, I'm just as hot, if not hotter, than Scarlett Johansson. And it's
I'm not
just-
going to argue with that, but it's the principle. I mean, you have to understand where I'm coming from, right?
Hey, John, why can't you look at it the other way and go, wow, somebody who's with Scarlett Johansson is now with me. I must be pretty special, too. Like, why can't you look at it like that instead of just being like, I could never live up to that?
Thank you.
Rebecca, you've slept with an NFL defensive tackle, and I just can't get that out of my mind.
I can't get it out of mine now either. Thank you for the visual.
That's not fair. I've slept with a lot of NFL players, and they're not all defensive linemen, okay?
Oh, it's not
Rebecca,
helping.
I don't think you said that the way you meant to.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel here. John, I think you need some confidence. Do you not feel confident about yourself at all?
I have confidence, but I think comparatively, I'm just not sure it's what she's used to.
Everybody has a past, dude. Like, I mean,
The guy was an all-pro defensive tackle. He knows what he's doing.
I don't think having sex with a woman is quite the same as tackling a man.
it depends.
That's
Yeah.
how rough you like
Oh,
it.
God.
Well, Rebecca, you got your answer. Let me ask you real quick, John, would you like to go out with Rebecca again? We will pay for a second date.
Give it a shot.
Yeah,
man.
do it, man. I mean, come on. You might as well try it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a match.
Seriously?
Yeah, like I said, Rebecca, I think you're beautiful. I think you're a special girl, but I don't think that we work together.
Oh my God.
You have no idea what it was like with this other guy. I mean, he could have treated me like a football in bed, and you could treat me like a lady, and you're going to let it get in the way.
I don't now I'm sure John is going to be fixated on that, Rebecca. You're getting tossed around like a football.
I mean, I've got her number. If I build up some sort of mental block, maybe I'll give her a call.
All right.
Well, don't expect me to be sitting around waiting for your call, okay? Because it sounds like you have lots of issues that you need to work out.
Plus, she's going to be pretty busy. Training camp starts soon. There's going to be a lot of guys in town to hang out with.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I had a dream so big and loud.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Life is full of regret. I should have done this. I shouldn't have done that.
Wow.
I definitely shouldn't have done that. That's going to leave a mark. You know, we all have them. And Kayla, who is on the phone today to do a second date update, has a regret. We'll get into that in just a second. But first, Kayla, how are you?
Hey, guys. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for doing a second date update with us today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the guy that you want to call today?
His name's Johnny, and I met him online. I don't have a ton of free time, so I've been trying online dating because that just seems like, you know, the best way to meet people.
That's the
But-
easiest way to meet the creepiest people possible without actually having to go talk to them in a public place. For sure.
Well, it's like you can kind of weed out some people, but, you know.
And was this one of the first online dates you went on?
I mean, I've been on like 2 or 3 over the course of the time I've been on this site because I just don't have that much free time. So when I met this guy, Johnny, I was like, he seemed like a really nice guy, and I was excited because I actually had a time that could work for both of us.
What'd you guys do when you went out?
We just went out for drinks after one of my work days. You know, I feel like weeknights are good because then you don't have that much pressure. You know, I have something to do the next day. So in case it, like, doesn't go well, I can get out of there.
And what was your first impression of him?
He was really cute, and he has this really great smile, and He went and talked to the host for us to get us some seats, and I noticed as he was walking away that he also has a really cute butt, so that was a surprise.
That always helps.
Yep, totally.
And so you liked him. Everything was cool on your date?
Yeah, he seemed really nice. The conversation was like, okay. It was like not horrible, but it was like a little bit slow. I figured.
That's a rave review. Not horrible. Like when I go to a restaurant, I love to get not horrible food.
I know. I feel like we just didn't have like an instant, like click. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We were both like nervous, and we'd never met each other before, and so it was fine. He was totally nice. It just wasn't like instant like spark connection.
Okay, and that brings us to your regret. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're regretting?
Okay, so we've been talking for like a little bit, probably like 15 minutes, and then he noticed that I had a crossword puzzle in my bag, because I do crossword puzzles on my commute, and it's just like a fun way to sort of clear my head. But what was weird about it is that he noticed it and he mentioned it, and he was like, "Oh, huh, you must be really smart."
Because you do crossword puzzles?
Yeah, apparently.
I didn't know you had to be super intelligent to do crossword puzzles.
You could actually be an idiot and not get one question right on the crossword puzzle for all he knows.
I think he just assumed that. Who knows? And I wasn't like really sure how to take it. I thought like, oh, no, maybe he's joking, But then he's like, well, I'm not really into like reading.
What?
Yeah, I know. I totally kind of thought the same thing.
He realizes that a crossword puzzle isn't a book, right?
I would hope so. But then I was like, oh, like you read books or anything? And he was like, no, I was just like to relax and not challenge my brain in my off time. And I was like, huh.
I don't like to think unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah. But then this is like the weirdest part. He was like, I don't even like to vote. And he said it was because voting is too complicated and he has to like read all of the directions.
So he just doesn't like to use his brain at all. And by the way, it's a good thing he doesn't vote. I'm all for people who are uninformed not voting.
And he's not saying like he's not informed on the issues or he doesn't know much about the candidates. He doesn't vote because he can't follow the instructions of it.
Is that not just so bizarre? It kind of blew my mind.
That's weird.
I was like totally over him, and I left and whatever.
So why do you want to call this guy back? He sounds like an idiot, honestly.
I know, you guys, like, I've had friends in the past tell me they think, like, maybe I'm a little too judgmental when I first meet people. And, like 3 weeks went by, and I was like, well, he was nice, and he didn't say anything, like, offensive. He just didn't really say much at all. So I was like, well, maybe he was nervous, and he just made, like, a mistake. And so I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe I should give him another chance.
You actually blew him off, and now you want to do a second date update to call him and ask him out again.
That's never happened.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to be more open.
So after your date, did he try to contact you and ask you out again and you just ignored him? Or have you guys not spoken at all?
Well, he actually texted me like a couple days later, and I just sort of ignored the text. I just didn't really know what to say. And so I feel bad about that, too, because there's, like, no reason that I should just, like, pretend he doesn't exist, you know?
I'm so confused why you feel bad. Like, you called the conversation not terrible, and then you feel bad that you rejected a guy who says that he doesn't vote because he can't follow the instructions.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it was kind of a snap judgment on my part. I feel bad, and I'm like, a second date wouldn't be horrible. I've gone out with some other, like, real jerks since him, and, like, you know, what's the worst thing that could happen? He's a totally nice guy, and, like, maybe he really just has a really great sense of humor, and he was just kind of, like, testing me, you know?
So basically, after going out on a few dates, your standards have been lowered, and now you want to ask him out again.
I mean, hopefully not, but a second date would help me figure that out, right?
So after you blew him off,
oh my God,
when you guys went out and he texted you and you just ignored him, have you tried to ask him out again since then, or is this going to be the first time that he's hearing your name since you guys went out?
I did text him like a couple days ago, but now he seems to be ignoring my text. So
The tables have turned.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back,
Oh my God.
call him and get your second date update, all right?
okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
My only hope for today's second date update is that the guy, when we call him, he's actually able to figure out how to answer a phone.
It's
Because he
questionable.
sounds like one of the dumbest people on the planet. And for some reason, Kayla really wants to call this guy to go out on a second date with him. If you're just tuning in, Kayla is on the phone. She told us about a date that she recently went on with a guy named Johnny. They hung out for a while. The reason that I'm making fun of Johnny is because he saw that she had a crossword puzzle in her bag, and he's like, I don't do crossword puzzles. Those are for smart people. And then he also said that he doesn't vote because he can't figure out the instructions on how to vote. Not necessarily I'm not up on the issues. I just can't figure out how it works.
Yeah.
And
Circle the-
after that date, she blew him off because of that.
Yeah.
And that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And because she's gone out on a couple of other dates with people who are even worse than that, now she wants to get this guy on the phone and ask if he'll go out with her again. Kayla, I'm about ready to dial his phone number. Any last words?
Wow, you really paint a picture of me being like the most desperate person in the world.
I didn't really have to do much painting, Kayla. You kind of did it for yourself.
And to make you feel better, it's just more of a sad testament to the state of online dating, I think, than anything else.
Maybe I just described it worse than it actually was. He was a nice dude. He was cute. I want to see him again.
Okay, I'm going to dial this phone number right now and get him on the phone. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Johnny, please?
Yeah, this is he.
Hey, Johnny, what's up? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Seriously?
Yeah, what's up, man? How are you?
Wait, really? I'm good.
So you listen to the show?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Awesome.
listen to it every morning.
Sweet. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Then you've probably heard the second date update before.
Is that why you're calling me?
Yes, that is exactly why I'm calling you, Johnny.
Okay. Okay, I know how this works. I know you have someone on the other line, and just tell Leslie that I never want to see her again and that she's a
Whoa!
Well, that's interesting.
I can tell her that. Sure, Johnny. Hello? Oh, Johnny's gone.
Did he hang up?
That Leslie girl sounds terrible.
Who's Leslie?
I don't know. Kayla, is there a Leslie that you didn't tell us about?
What?
Do you know who Leslie is?
I have no clue who Leslie is.
It has to be some other girl that he's doing online dating with, or
Something.
Yeah.
But, like, who would even say that?
I have no idea. So he didn't bring up a Leslie on your date or anything?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna see if I can get him back on the phone then, and let him know that Leslie's not trying to get a hold of him. Kayla is. All right. Okay. Hang on.
Look, I told you before, I don't want to do this, okay?
Johnny,
I really
Johnny,
don't want to talk to you.
Johnny, I'm not calling on behalf of somebody named Leslie.
No, Jubal, I know that this is what you do. Like, I know this is like a thing that you guys do, and I just don't want to, I don't want to be a part of it.
I'm not, Johnny, I promise, I'm not messing with you. There's somebody other than Leslie that wanted to do a second date update.
Yeah, we don't know who that is.
We don't even know who Leslie is at all. She sounds terrible, though.
I don't believe you guys. Like, I don't, like...
Well, now
Okay, Johnny, how about
Part of the
this?
show, like-
Okay, Johnny, hang on. Don't hang up yet. I'm calling because the girl named Kayla wanted to get a hold of you. Nobody named Leslie at all.
Kayla?
Yeah, do you remember going out on a date with somebody named Kayla?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
It was about 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, something like that?
Yeah. That's what this is about. That's just from
Yes, this is about somebody named Kayla, not somebody named Leslie.
God. Is she listening to this?
Kayla? No, Kayla is gone. Because, dude, I mean, we called for a second date update. She wanted to go out with you again, and then she heard you call somebody named Leslie a bitch. And she hung up and isn't interested in doing the second date update anymore, but I want to know who Leslie is now.
me too. Is it like some stalker you have or something?
Really, like, honestly, you really don't. Like, it's a long story, and it is not a good time.
Did Leslie happen before the Kayla date or after the Kayla date?
it was after Kayla. Like, honestly, I just want to forget about the whole thing. It was really shitty, and like, I just want to move past it. You know.
You don't have to tell me, but maybe if you do tell me, then I could explain to Kayla about the situation with Leslie and help her understand that, so that maybe she wants to go out with you again.
Yeah. I mean, like, I could tell you guys, but like, I don't want you to go and tell Kayla because it's a really weird story, and like, I don't want her to know that.
I won't.
I don't know.
I won't tell her specifics about this Leslie girl.
And she's
Okay.
got to be understanding. I mean, she said that she's gone on some pretty horrible dates from the same site you guys met on, too.
Yeah. Okay. We at this bar. We drank way too much. We wound up hooking up in a Wendy's bathroom, and then she bit me. Okay.
Wait, she
She
bit
bit
you
you?
when you're in the Wendy's bathroom?
She bit me. I got stitches for it, and I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay?
Where did she bite you?
You don't need to know.
Oh,
And
please
so
don't
she bit you
tell
so
me.
bad that you had to get stitches.
Yeah. So you see why I don't want to talk to her, right?
I guess, yeah.
Seems like you could have seen that one coming if you're hooking up with a girl in a Wendy's bathroom.
Yeah. She's crazy, and now she keeps calling me and texting me. She like won't leave me alone now. So that's what happened. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it definitely does.
That's
So I
interesting.
won't give Kayla all those details.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I won't give them to her because you actually just did. Kayla is still on the phone listening.
What?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my god.
So awkward.
Dude, you told me she wasn't on the phone.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. You did. You
Oh
lied.
my.
Sorry, Johnny.
Yeah.
What the hell? Is he serious? Are you serious
Yeah.
with this story? Are you serious? Are you saying that
Yes.
this like actually happened?
Yeah, that actually happened. And like, it does suck. Like, I had to get stitches because of this girl. So
Do you like want me to feel sorry for you? I thought you were a nice guy.
I am a nice guy. I didn't bite her. She bit me.
I don't think that's what Kayla means, Johnny. I think Kayla means more like hooking up in a fast food restaurant bathroom
it's
with
so
someone that you
gross.
just met and everything.
That was not my decision. If you think that I was in charge of that choice, then you are sadly mistaken.
Wasn't your
she
choice.
forced you?
What are you talking about, Johnny?
Oh my God. Take responsibility.
I do not want to go into it. It was a bad night. Like, I would love to move past that.
It's definitely
right.
alcohol's fault, I'm sure.
How about you move past it by going on a second date with Kayla? Johnny, would you like to go out with Kayla again? We'll pay for a second date.
Yes, I would.
Oh.
That would be great. She's the most sane person that I've been out with in a long time. And yes, I would love to go on a
Awesome.
second date.
Kayla, congratulations. A successful second date update for you.
No way. I am not going out with this guy again.
You're changing your story. You're
God.
changing your tune now. Before, you were saying like you thought he was sweet and you'd want to go out with him
You
again.
guys, seriously, no way. No way. Like, really? Now that I know that he got bit in a fast food bathroom? No way.
Are you sure?
Come on.
I am 100% sure.
Listen, like, I'm not saying that it's ever happened to you before, but it's probably happened to a lot of people. Like that was not my
Johnny,
fault. I don't know how many other people she's bitten in bathrooms that like.
You're the only person I know that has that story, Johnny.
The bathroom biter.
I mean, I was truly the victim there, so
Okay.
not my fault.
So, Kayla, there's no chance on you giving Johnny another shot now.
No way.
Kayla, I really liked you, and you were really cool, and you were like kind of one in a million, and I would like to go on a second date with you if you're up for that.
That's romance.
That is.
No, definitely not. I don't go out with guys who get bit in fast food restrooms. No way.
Wow, you do have high standards, Kayla.
Yeah.
You're never going to find love this way, ever.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
His email was just hilarious to me.
Really?
It just started with, I date hella,
What?
and I've never been blown off.
Oh,
So I need your help.
Oh,
this
my
guy.
God. Yeah. I mean, we already all have an opinion of him, right?
His name is Wesley. What's up, Wesley?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Not much. So you date hella, huh?
Hella. You know it.
Now, that wasn't a joke, right? Wesley, you're being serious on that one.
I'm a aficionado of dating. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. So you go on a lot of dates.
Yep.
I don't think that that's probably a good sign, is that you're going on a lot of first dates. It's usually that you get a lot of second dates is probably a better sign, Wesley.
It's not the way my first dates go.
Oh.
All right.
Okay,
Your first
sure.
dates are
Yeah, that's
successful, at least according to your email. You said you've never been blown off before, ever.
Never.
Really?
Not one time. Nope.
Okay, so who's the lucky lady who popped your cherry? Is that too much for being blown off?
This was months ago, and my memory is kind of like hazy, but I met this girl, Christy, at a friend's house party. So we had mutual friends. I never talked to her before that, but we met at this party, and, I use a line that works well.
Is it that you date hella?
That is how I date hella, absolutely. So I use this line. I know a lot of guys have lines, but the line I use is I say, why don't we come back to my place, because I make a banging quesadilla.
What?
Okay.
It doesn't
Do you
take-
actually make the quesadilla, or that's just a line?
I make it from scratch.
Wait.
Secret ingredient, barbecue chicken.
Oh, that's
Okay, wait, but you're telling me a quesadilla is what wins women's hearts over to come back to your place?
Yes. And some of them, they're like, oh, I'm not eating sugar. I'm on keto. I'm on paleo. I could do keto quesadillas, gluten-free.
Wow.
Whatever you need.
All right.
You're the quesadilla master.
That's it.
So I guess dude should take note.
Yeah.
You know, all you got to do is be able to make a quesadilla, and you can get any woman you want.
Hey, seriously, though, if you offer a drunk girl a quesadilla, there's no way she's saying no to that.
Okay.
No way. Did you offer a drunk me a
He is right.
quesadilla? There's no way I'm
Yeah.
saying no, man.
I think you're basically taking home anyone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all right. I'm interested right now. I'm not even drunk yet. So, is that how you met Chrissy then? You used the quesadilla line?
Yeah, and we ended up hooking up that night.
Mm-hmm.
And, God, it was so long ago, I can't even really remember. We ended up hanging out a few times after that, and then we kind of lost touch. I told you guys I date a lot. So
Yeah, we get it.
I can't remember why we stopped talking. I don't think there was ever like a conversation where we said, all right, we're done. It just kind of went away. And
Why are you thinking about her now?
I was on Facebook, and you know how when somebody's profile pops up, it says, somebody you may know. It was her.
And you're like,
okay.
oh, I remember that girl.
Yes, she is so hot. And I can't remember why I stopped talking to her. And a girl like that, I have no idea why we would have stopped seeing each other. Between having fun and her being just piping hot, I don't understand.
Okay, so you just want some answers.
Absolutely, yeah.
And can I ask you, since it's hard for you to remember, how many girls are you currently hanging out with right now?
I have 2 on the reg right now.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. I mean, and here's the thing. I really don't even want to be exclusive with her. I just kind of want her back on the rotation, back on the regular.
All right.
What kind of offer is that?
Good old rotation.
Yep.
I mean, maybe she's got her own rotation going and it'll work for her, but have you contacted her?
I tried texting her because I still had her number, and, no response.
Okay. Wow. I mean, this is really a love story. I cannot wait to get her on the phone and say, remember the guy who kind of remembers you?
Every time we hung out, we had a really good time. I don't even think if you asked her if she had fun with me, I guarantee her answer is going to be yes.
Okay.
So why do you think she's not texting you back then?
Honestly, I really don't. I can't put my finger on it. I really don't know.
Huh. I could put my finger on a couple of things for you, but I'll just leave those to myself.
I bet you would like to put your finger on a couple things, huh?
Okay.
I like to put my finger on those quesadillas. They sound good. All right. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah, man. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
The stomach is the most romantic organ in the body. Because the old saying goes, the way to a man's heart is through the stomach. And apparently, the way to a woman's pants is through the stomach as well.
guess it depends on what direction you're going.
Wesley is on the phone with us, and he has a signature move when he meets the ladies. Apparently, when he's out at the clubs or partying or whatever, he says that they should go back to his place because he makes a killer quesadilla. And the way he described them actually sounds pretty delicious.
Yeah, right?
Actually was into it.
And apparently it worked with somebody named Christy, but now she's not calling him back. He also says that he dates a bunch. Like, he's constantly dating. He says he's got 2 girls that he's dating right now. And he was hanging out with Christy for a while. Then she sort of dropped off. He doesn't remember why. He tried to text her a little while ago because he saw her picture come up in his suggestions on Facebook, but she never texted him back. And that has not happened to Wesley before, ever in his life. Is that right, Wesley?
Oh, yeah.
And I have to ask you, Wesley, are you honest with these women about what your intentions are? Like, you'll tell Christy, I don't want a serious relationship. We just want to have some fun.
Brooke, you know what? I could tell that you don't like me.
No.
I could tell.
I think it's fine as long as you're honest with your intentions. I think it's fine to date around as long as you don't tell someone that you're looking for more or pretend like you're in a relationship with them.
I disagree. And you know what?
You disagree.
If you weren't as old as you are,
Wesley!
no.
Oh, you're coming for me like that, huh?
you would be into this if you were younger. You'd be totally into this kind of dating.
It does not have to do with age. I'm just asking if you're an honest person. That is an ageless thing, Wesley.
I'm pretty honest. I don't like to lead people on.
All right.
Okay,
Rude, though, because I'm in my 30s. Thank you very much. But whatever.
All right. Well, I will dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Cool.
Hello,
Hi, is this Christy?
speaking.
Hey, Christy, how are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Hey,
Hey,
what's up? Like, what's up?
not
I
much.
don't know.
You listen to the show ever?
Yeah, I've heard it sometimes, but why are you calling?
Well, have you ever heard a second date update before?
Is that the one where like people call in and then like they haven't heard from someone or something?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly why I'm calling.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, what?
Well, you went out with a dude a while back, and you're not returning any of his text messages or phone calls, so he emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why you're not getting back to him.
Are you sure that was me? Because honestly, I haven't gone out with any guys recently.
Yeah,
So-
I guess I shouldn't have said recently. I think it was actually a little while ago. I'll give you his name, and then you can tell me if you remember
Okay.
going out with him. His name is Wesley.
The quesadilla
Okay.
guy? Do you remember the quesadilla guy?
Met at a party.
That guy.
Yes.
God. Oh my God.
Do you remember the guy that took you
Yeah,
home
he's
and made a
a douche.
quesadilla and you got...
Yeah, he's a douche.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
All right, so...
Yeah. Big douche?
No, I don't know what's going on.
And you hung out with him a couple times, right?
Yeah, no, I did. Honestly, I'm kind of upset about it.
Really?
that you hung out with him for a while?
Yeah.
Did you get his text message from the other day? He said that he was thinking about you and then texted you to try to get together again.
God.
That's a yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
So wait, why do you regret hanging out with him? He hurt your feelings or...
He's a jerk. Like, he's seriously such a jerk.
Whoa.
How?
I just, like, ugh. Like, what did he tell you about our interaction? Like, what did he tell you?
He said that you guys met at a party. You went back to his place for quesadilla. Really good quesadilla, I guess.
Yeah, no, it was good. I can't remember, like, what was in it. It was, like...
He said
some sort of-
it's barbecue chicken that he uses.
Yeah, like
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah. It was really good.
We can talk about dating him, or we can just turn this into like a food segment about quesadillas. I'm down with either, whichever you want to do, Christy.
He did say that you're very hot.
yes. And fun.
He actually can't even remember why you guys stopped talking.
Well, that's good. He didn't say anything about his birthday.
No,
No.
were you guys hanging out on his birthday?
We'd hung out a few times, and he's like a doofus, but he was charming.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like hanging out around the time of his birthday, and a couple days before, I decided that I liked him. I thought he was cool. So I made him this birthday card. I like made it by hand.
That's cute.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him. I wanted
Yeah.
him to know that I liked him. And when I gave it to him,
he laughed and said, "Oh, well, you obviously care way more about me than I care about you."
Whoa! Wow, dude.
Ouch.
Oh.
So yeah, all that bad. And then he kissed me on the forehead.
Ooh, ouch. Yeah, that sucks.
That's not cool.
That's
Yeah.
like saying bless your heart,
Yeah.
but
Pat on the head.
Honestly, it was it was not great, but quite frankly, like even though it was like harsh, he was being honest about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He even like we had a conversation afterward, and he was like, you know, I save my feelings, so you may want to save yours for somewhere else.
Whoa,
It was like really harsh, but in a weird way, I had some respect for him because
Yeah.
he was at least being honest.
Yeah.
So,
Totally.
quite frankly, the fact that he's calling in now because he can't remember pisses me off.
Oh, does it? Do you want
Okay.
to talk to him?
What? No.
Well, he's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, so you could talk to him if you want.
Christy,
Wait, he's. Oh,
what's up?
are you kidding me?
What's up? You didn't text me back.
Are you? Did you hear anything? Did you hear anything?
Yeah, I
just
did.
said? So you heard
I
all
think
of
it's
this
hilarious.
And you're still saying, Christy, what's up? Are you kidding me? You think this is hilarious? You think it's hilarious that you can't remember why we're not talking to each other?
I don't know. I just think I think it's funny. I'm sorry.
What? Oh my God, you are such a jerk. You have
Made me a
so
little
little respect
hard.
for me that you can't even remember.
I mean, now that you mention it, yeah, I guess I remember. Okay.
Oh my God, no. So what do you even want from me? Like, I don't really understand what you want from me.
I mean,
You think we should go out again?
I want to see you again. I really do.
No, you don't, dude. No, you don't.
What makes you say that?
Dude, you already tried texting me, and I ignored your text. Get a clue.
Yeah, I figured maybe you just forgot to respond. I don't know.
I didn't forget to respond. What you did on your birthday was inexcusable.
You're still upset over the birthday card thing? Don't you think you're overreacting a little bit?
Oh, wow.
No, I went through all of that effort to make that card for you, and you just treated me like I was your like little pet. I feel so stupid.
Look, I didn't ask you to make me a birthday card, all right? That kind of came off a little clingy and a little desperate, so that's on you. I'm sorry.
Oh, so every time somebody does something nice for you, that's clingy and desperate, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I would have been just as happy if we did the same thing we did the night before. But no, you had to go make it all emotional with feelings and sprinkles and crap.
Oh my God. This is just like nonsense. Like, this is talking to a lunatic.
I am so turned on right now. Get it out, please.
Turned on.
You're turned on? What are you turned on by, Wesley?
No. No.
Guys, just listen to how intense and passionate she is right now. Oh, I can't get over it.
Oh, man.
Ew, are you kidding me? You are gross.
Come on.
Disgusting. Oh, come on, you. This is disgusting. You really think that this is working?
I do feel like, Wesley, you're kind of delusional.
Yeah.
Well, you're old. You're not into this. Christy, I heard you tell them that you had a good time with me, that we hung out, it was all good, you loved my quesadillas.
Yeah, I did like the quesadilla back then, before I realized what a jerk you are.
Talk dirty to me. I love it.
What?
Get angry.
God, no. You're ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry, Christy.
Can I please get off the phone? This is weird.
Well, in just a second, I need to ask you a question. Would you like to go out with Wesley again on a second date? Yeah, we'll pay for it.
Yeah,
Oh, my
absolutely
God.
not.
It's like you have two Wesleys on the phone right now with you, Christy.
What'd you say, Christy? I couldn't hear you.
Not a shot in hell. Really.
Oh, yeah, Wesley, I was surprised. I thought you were gonna turn her around to your side.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I think the best way to make a first impression on a first date is to show her your rage issues right away. You know what I mean? Just rage on the first date the whole time. Usually ladies like that a lot.
Anger to turn us
Yeah,
on.
they do. Oh, they love it. That's why Adam is on the phone right now. He emailed us about a date that he had that he feels didn't go so great because he was a little angry when he showed up to his date. Oh, no. Adam, how are you?
Hey, guys. How are you? I'm good.
Hey, man, first of all, I will say I read your email, and the issue that you had in getting to your date and the way you acted on your date, I can't blame you. I think I would have acted the same way. I've been in this situation a lot. But go ahead and tell everybody about how you met the girl that you want us to call today.
So her name was Ren.
Ren?
And, it was one of those, like, friend of a friend thing. We were both single. They set us up. Thought she was real good looking. I was really attracted to her. Looking through her pictures, it really seemed like she was going to be a good fit. So I was pretty stoked on the date from the beginning before we even actually met for the date.
Right, before you met and showed her your angry side.
Dude, I didn't mean to show her my angry face. That wasn't the goal of the date.
Yeah, but in your email you said you got there and you just raged for the whole time pretty much, and you felt kind of awkward about it. Explain what happened.
I mean, I gave myself plenty of time to get to coffee. Last thing I want to do on a first date is show up late. And all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, this ass turns into the lane in front of me and starts going like 20 miles per hour. And I wasn't running late, but this guy, I felt like he was messing with me because I'm just sitting there. And I'm beeping and I'm honking and I'm trying to be nice first. And then I just lose it. I flip a switch and I start going crazy on this guy. And he's just such a ass because I'm just trying to get somewhere.
You are
you're already raging with us. We're just trying to ask you.
He was an ass guy.
Okay, hey, dude, Adam, you're talking to the king of road rage right here. Yeah. I'm constantly pissed off in my car, so I understand.
You're still shaking.
So, you were angry about this dude.
Yeah, well, of course I was angry. Yeah,
Okay.
but this guy who pulls in front of me makes me 10 minutes late, and that pisses me off. And I tried to let it go, and I guess it was just nervous energy. I just kind of wouldn't shut up, and I just talked nonstop pretty much the whole date.
Were you talking about this guy the whole time?
Pretty much.
Do you have anger issues normally? Are you an angry guy?
I tend to think I'm pretty even-keeled guy, but
You sound like it. I asked you to recap the incident on the way to the date, and you just went off on us. So you sound like an angry dude. Are you an angry guy, or are you?
I'm not normally, really an angry guy. I think it was just the nervous energy of going to the date, and I think it's a mix of both of those things. I just kind of, had a tough time.
Did you explain to her that you were upset at a guy that you...
I did. I think it just came off angry.
Yeah, I can see how that happened.
Did she comment about your anger? Did she say, like, whoa, you're still pretty upset about this?
Not really. I mean, she was pretty quiet about it. She was really quiet.
Probably quiet because she was scared for her life. People get that way.
That's where I felt real bad with. I just kind of just talked nonstop for 45 minutes.
Did she get a word in edgewise?
I mean, not much.
All right,
really.
So you talked at her the whole time.
Well, I mean, at the end, I said to her, I asked her about going out on another date, and I apologized to her, and I said that, I'm not normally like this and all this stuff, and we slapped five.
You high-fived at the end of the day?
Oh, I wasn't going to kiss her. I was, like, sweating from being so nervous and pissed off.
What kind of five are we talking about here? Like on the side, down low, high five?
Up high.
Up high, all right. So you gave her a high five to say goodbye. Did you ask to see her again?
We did interlock fingers, though, guy.
Oh, nice. That's almost a handhold. You almost held her hand on the first date. Did you ask to see her again?
Well, yeah, we talked about it, and I mentioned I'd throw her a text, and I texted her a few times, and I haven't really heard back. So I'm kind of curious. I know it didn't go great, but I thought it ended good.
After you apologized to her, did you say, oh, I totally understand, I've been there before, or?
Not so much.
And so she seemed upset.
Yeah, I mean, I told her. I said I told her that, my energy level was off, and I was really nervous for the date as it was. And then this happened, and it just totally threw me. And I feel horrible about it. And I told her that, and she seemed receptive to it.
Yeah.
But this whole situation, it didn't go well, and I really want a second chance because I think her and I could really do well together, and I think that even with my anger issues, the little bit of road rage and stuff, I feel like a girl like her could really calm me down.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Great, thank you, guys.
All right, try not to freak out. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Adam is on the phone with us. He wants us to call a girl named Rin today for his second date update. They went out, met for coffee. He was 10 minutes late and ended up being very frustrated from a road rage incident that made him late. Feels like he just vented about the thing the whole time and was just angry and didn't even let her get a word in edgewise while they had their coffee date. Adam, you about ready to give her a call?
I'm ready, man.
All right, I was thinking about this. Most girls, when they list the traits that they like in a potential mate, they usually say something like, I like a guy who's sensitive, a guy who's caring, good job, very responsible. They usually don't list potential homicidal maniac as a good quality. So that's probably why she's not calling you back. I mean, if you went on a first date with somebody and they showed up a little late, first of all, that's one strike against you, and then proceeded to just be angry the whole time, I doubt you'd be so willing to call him back, too.
I mean, I think that's kind of the issue, and that's why I'm trying to make it work with her again, because I really do feel like I had a bad representation.
You want a do-over.
Yeah, I just want to try one more time. You know, I want to kind of show Ren the Adam that I really am.
Okay.
Okay, and you think this call is going to do it for you? You've got a level head on you right now.
Yeah, can we just get this going so I don't get pissed off about it?
Okay. All right, I'm going to call it right now, man. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Ren, please?
This is she.
Hey, Ren, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio program.
I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number.
No, I'm pretty sure I have the right number, Ren. There's not a whole lot of Rens, and I was given your number by a guy named Adam to call you today.
What?
Yeah. Adam is a listener to our show, and he says he recently went out on a date with you, but you're not calling him back, and he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and ask why.
How do you know him?
He listens to our radio show. Adam wanted us to call you to ask if he did something wrong on your date or there's a particular reason that you don't want to see him again.
I don't even really know how to respond to this.
I know
Did
it's
he talk to you about this?
He did. He told us that you went out for coffee and he said that he was a little late and he actually feels bad because he thinks that he may have been a little upset from a traffic incident and he wasn't very attentive to you on your date.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Is that a pretty accurate description?
Yeah, I would say so. I get this is what you guys do, so I don't mean to be disrespectful at all. I'm just kind of like,
no,
oh my God.
It's fine. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us. We just want to pass along a message to Adam and give him your perspective on the first date.
Yeah, I can talk about that. My experience with Adam was very limited, and I'm not a very confrontational person.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very, very angry, and I think that the first 10 minutes of the time that we very, very first were introduced to each other, it was really just all about this driving experience he had being so frustrated with this other person.
Was he like cussing and stuff when he was explaining it to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was so over the top that I would have need to have left, because I would have done that if it was really, really that bad. If he was.
That's what I was going to ask you, Ren. I was going to ask you if at any point you were scared for your life.
No, I wouldn't say that. It really wasn't like that, but it was pretty intense. Even when he finally went to go get us some coffee, which he did, finally pull himself up to be like, okay, I'm going to go get us some coffee. But
pulls himself together.
Even in that moment when he goes to order the coffee, I can hear him from all the way at the other end of the shop, and he's ordering, and he just sounds aggressive.
So was he like yelling at the barista and stuff like that? I'm picturing him just tearing up this Starbucks or wherever you're at.
No, it really wasn't like that. It wasn't like he was unkind toward the people around him necessarily. It's just the manner in which he was dealing with things. It was just like pent up. You know, when somebody's really upset about something, and even though they are doing something normal, it's in an abnormal way.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the other thing that was tough. It was manifesting in like sweat.
Oh.
He was so mad that he was sweating?
Well, I don't know if he just sweats, if that's a thing, independent of what was going on, but it seemed like it was fueled, or at least like made a lot worse by his emotional space.
Ren, it's called hyperhidrosis. It's just people who can't control their sweat glands. Okay, they sweat a ton. Maybe he has that.
How do you know this?
So you don't want to see him again because he's an angry, sweaty mess.
It's not just that he was sweating a lot and being angry. He was sweating profusely, like the palms of his hands. There was sweat dripping down him and then collecting like under, I'm trying to think of the right way to say this, man boobs, you know?
Oh gosh.
He sweated out his whole shirt?
Like dark, just covered in sweat.
Oh, man.
It stains, boob stains?
Yeah, that's bad. If he's pitting out a little bit, that's kind of like, whoa, man, you sweat a lot. But if he actually, his whole shirt was sweated out?
I don't think that's being...
And that's what I was concerned about, because I know that when I'm upset, like, I'll sweat a little bit, and that's normal, but it was, whoa, it was so much.
I'd be curious to find out if it's an issue or if it's just his anger that makes him sweat like that. Aren't you curious to at least know?
Honestly, maybe he's a really great person that just had a really bad day, but I just don't want to deal with it.
Okay.
I really don't.
That's cool. Thank you for giving us an answer. I appreciate it. But I really need to find out about this sweat, and that's why I'm glad you're still on the phone, because Adam is also on the phone and heard everything you just said.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Hi, Ren.
Oh, my God. First of all, I'm really, really sorry. Look, this is really, I'm sorry, and then I'm also, like, annoyed to be put in this situation. But I am sorry if you heard things that I said that are unflattering.
Oh, my God. You don't need to feel bad, Ren. Pretty much everything you said is true.
Oh, no.
I mean, I can kind of explain the sweating thing, the anger stuff. The sweating thing, let's start with that.
Point one.
So, I mean, I threw a hoodie and a coat on, and it ended up not being as cold out as I anticipated. By the time I was all pissed off at this guy in front of me, I started sweating in the car because I was blasting the heat, and I was so pissed off I wasn't thinking about it. The coffee shop had the heat on. I couldn't stop sweating, and I knew I was, and I know that my man boobs were sweating.
Oh. Yeah, and that was a crappy thing for me to say about man boobs. That was rude. I'm sorry. That was just the first.
No,
it was just the easiest.
That's what I think I want you to hear. It's like, I'm not that angry guy. I know I was sweaty. I know I was hot as and I thought if I didn't pay attention to it, you wouldn't mention it. Like, I was so lost in that date, and, like, I didn't know what to do, and I went home and showered right away. I was looking in the mirror, and, like, I literally, like, was mortified by myself because I was really excited about this date. And, like, I never tell friends about going out with anybody, but for some reason, I was kind of stoked on you. And I just crashed and burned, and I kind of do that a lot in life. And I just want you to know that I really am sorry. And as far as you and I are concerned, like, I'd love one more shot, just one more chance to maybe sweat it out with you and
sweat it out. Hey, Ren, would you like to go out with Adam again? I will pay for a second date. We can send you guys to a spin class or something where sweat is supposed to be there. And would you maybe give him another shot to see if he's not so flustered this time? He can do a better job.
Adam, I'm like, this is awkward, and I just want to say I appreciate you eventually being honest. I think that what I would have preferred is if you could have communicated this to me not on a radio station, because you did contact me and you didn't really ever just come out and say.
I totally get it, Ren. I mean, as crazy as I was there, it's probably crazier that I ended up on the radio with you right now. But I tried calling and I texting you, and, you never got back to me. And so, like, I felt like this was my last option of how I could get a hold of you.
Ren, will you do it? Will you go out with him one more time?
Come on, Ren. We've never had anyone be so sincere.
Will you drive, please? Just so we're
And he's funny.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah.
One more day. Nice. All right. Ren, thank you for your time. Adam, congratulations. You got your second date, man.
Thank you, guys. Ren, this is going to be great. I promise you. I'll see you soon.
Adam, 2 words before your next date, all right? Gold bond. Okay?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 about today's second date update. It just says 4 words, gold bond and Uber. Which could have helped out Adam a lot on his date. Yeah. He wanted to call a girl named Ren. He was a little late for their coffee date. He got into a little road rage incident on the way. And he thought that was the reason why he wasn't getting a call back, because he was just venting about that the whole time.
Yeah.
It's partly why he wasn't getting a call back, but he was also super sweaty.
Yeah.
Because he was nervous and upset, and I guess he was just drenched in sweat the whole time.
Well, and he dressed wrong. It's hard sometimes,
Yeah.
You do the sweatshirt and the coat, and then you realize it's too late. I mean, like, once you start sweating, you can't take any of it off.
No, you have to leave it on because now you have pit stains.
Yeah, and now it's like 80 times worse.
Yeah.
And, like, what a bad day to start already with the rotor and then just keep snowballing.
Yeah,
It's a bad sign.
It was a spiral. But
That is
I
definitely.
think they're going to recover. I think they're going to be good.
Yeah, they decided to go out again still. And he'll just make sure that he wears enough deodorant and maybe takes that texter's advice and gets some Gold Bond and rubs down and everything else to make sure that he doesn't get too sweaty on his next date.
I really think he needs to learn how to layer clothing. It's going to help him a lot.
It will, definitely. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Hey, Huxley, I think this second date is going to work out for you.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Well, because the girl that you want to call, she just went through a divorce. You went through a divorce. I think once you guys talk it out, you both will realize you don't have many options. And at the end of the second date, she will agree to go out with you again because, hey, why not? That's what I'm thinking.
Because she's just finally
That's really
given
nice
up.
of you. I like that, Jubal. Thank you.
Yeah.
Putting me on. That's nice.
If you're just tuning in for the second date, Huxley is on the phone. He wants to call a girl named Alicia. They actually have known each other since college. They kind of fell off a little bit after college. But he always had a crush on her. She always had a boyfriend. Then she got married. He recently saw on Facebook that she was divorced, and they started chatting, and he said, hey, we should go out and talk and hang out. They did, but now she's not responding to him. And maybe, have you thought about this, Huxley? Maybe your date was so bad that she went back into the arms of her ex.
No!
Yeah, second date is doing wonders for my confidence.
Yeah, sounds
No
like it.
problem, man. All right, I'll dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Alicia?
Yeah, this is Alicia.
Hi, Alicia. This is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What?
My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. Have you ever heard of it?
I don't think so.
Wonderful. It means we're doing our job.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to call you today to ask you about a guy that you recently went on a date with.
What?
Mm-hmm. We do a segment on our radio show called The Second Date or Ditch. That's basically where if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them back, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why.
Oh, okay. That's fun, I guess.
It is
One
kind of
way
fun.
to
I
put
like it. And the guy that emailed us about you, his name is Huxley.
Huxley?
Huxley, yeah. Do you know a lot of Huxleys? I feel like that's not a very common name.
No, I only know one Huxley.
And have you gone out with Huxley lately?
Yes, I did hang out with him recently.
Okay, good. We've got the right person on the phone then. Well, Huxley is wondering why you won't answer any of his Facebook messages or phone calls or anything after you guys hung out.
I mean, I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know why I haven't called him back.
What? Come on.
Yes,
You have to know why you haven't called him back. There's got to be a reason.
I don't know if I should talk about it.
Why not? He's the one that's asking.
I mean, this is a radio station.
Yeah.
But I mean, he contacted us to get a hold of you because you won't tell him, and so he's confused. Is there anything that you can tell us?
I mean, we used to be really good friends in college.
Come on, you gotta give this man something. He has been crushing on you hard for a really long time.
He has?
Yeah. He says he's had a crush on you since college, and you always had a boyfriend, so he could never ask you out. And then he saw that you were recently single, so he decided to take the chance, and you guys actually went out. Yeah. And now he wants to see you again, but apparently you're not calling him back.
I mean, it's really flattering, but I don't think I'm going to go out with him again.
Oh, but you should have heard the way he described you and your beautiful smile and how lovely you are and what a good person you are.
Super cute.
I know. I mean, he is a really nice guy. I mean, Huxley is great.
Okay, so if you like him so much and he's a really great guy, why not give him the respect of at least letting him know why you don't want to go out with him again?
Okay, fine. I just don't want to date a guy who's been divorced.
Wait.
What?
You don't want to date a guy who's been divorced?
No, it's a huge turnoff to me.
Well,
Wait, though.
Huxley told us that you were recently divorced. Is that not true?
That is true. I just don't want to date a guy who's divorced.
Is it because you're just not ready to date yet?
No,
I don't want to date a guy with all of that baggage from being divorced. It's a lot to deal with.
But
You
you're
can see how that
divorced.
sounds a little strange, though, right? Like, you're divorced, and you're saying you don't want to date a guy who's divorced?
Yeah, I mean, it's just different. It's very different.
All right, so even though you've been divorced, you just will not date a dude who's been divorced.
Yeah, that's right.
You understand how hypocritical that sounds, right?
I mean, divorced guys are just always bitter, and they're always talking about how women are going to take their money just like their ex-wife did.
That is a huge stereotype that I don't think holds true.
Those are the guys that I've met.
I know a lot of divorced dudes, and I've never heard one of them say that, actually.
Well, you're not dating them, are you?
No, unfortunately, because a few of them are loaded, and I would love to take their money. Hey, Alicia, it's very interesting reasoning. Thank you for being honest with us and giving us an answer.
Yeah, I just prefer a single guy who is completely unattached. That's just my thing.
Okay. And my thing is surprising people by letting them know that somebody's on the other line when they're listening. And Huxley is actually on the phone and heard this whole conversation and wants to talk to you.
No, he's not.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I don't understand your reasoning at all. It makes no sense.
It's just my thing. I don't want to date a divorced guy.
But you're divorced.
Yeah, but you're a divorced guy, and I'm a divorced woman, and it's very, very different.
What? I don't think it's very, very different at all.
The difference is I divorced my husband, but you lost your wife. So it's a very different dynamic.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah, I won my divorce. You lost yours. So you have more baggage because you didn't win your divorce.
Are you kidding me?
It's not a board game.
So are you saying, Alicia, that because you're the one that divorced your husband, you have less baggage than Huxley?
Yeah, when we were at the bar, he told me that his wife broke up with him. I mean, I left my ex, so there's a big difference there.
Oh my God.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Shit, my ex and I split like 7 years ago. It was like an amicable split. She left, but it was completely like amicable. Both sides agreed that it was over.
So it sounds like you're changing your story now because that's not what you told me at the bar.
What are you talking? I mean, I said she left me, which implied like she left the relationship.
I mean, I would have thought differently if you had left her, but it sounds like you are not the one in the driver's seat in this relationship.
You guys listening to
Alicia,
this?
are you just being mean and petty because you're really hurt by your own stuff you're going through?
No, I'm not being mean and petty. I'm telling this guy what I want out of a relationship. How is that being mean and petty?
So you like me better if I divorced my wife?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is so weird.
Actually, I would prefer that you weren't divorced at all. But since you were divorced, it is better if you left her instead of the other way around.
Wow.
I mean, look at it this way. When some people get a dog, some people like get a new puppy, and some people like to adopt a rescue. I want a new puppy.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. Hey, Alicia, would you like to go out on a second date with Huxley? I probably know the answer, but we will pay for a date if you go out with him again.
You know, I think I made my point pretty clear, but I still would like to be friends with him.
Hey, a little rescue.
Alicia, how can I possibly just be friends with you after all of the stuff you just said about me?
You're damaged. I just don't want that in a relationship, but I am fine working with you through it as a friend. I can't do it in a
I'm not
relationship.
damaged. You're damaged. Pure damage. Like, hear yourself. You are damaged. You are the damaged one.
But I'm not as damaged as you because I left my husband.
All right. I'll let you guys argue this out later about who's the more damaged in this situation. Alicia, thank you for your time. Huxley, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date out of this whole thing.
Yeah, thanks.
But you know what I will do for you, Huxley?
What's that?
I'll ask our listeners. Text in at 78592. We have a beautiful rescue on the phone. His name is Huxley. If you'd like to adopt him, text us 78592. You know, dating is a lot like shopping at the grocery store for a grapefruit.
What?
What the?
You can either sift through all the grapefruits to try to find that perfect one, or you can take the easy way and just grab one of the ones on the outside that's been kicked around a little bit. It's a little damaged. It's a lot easier just to go for one of those grapefruits. Sure, it might have some bugs and some bruises.
A little squishy.
But it's still a grapefruit. And that's what Huxley did today. Huxley's a man after my own heart and decided to go after the damaged grapefruit.
Still working on this analogy.
Hey, Huxley, what's the grapefruit's name?
The grapefruit's name, she's actually a woman. Her name's Alicia.
Alicia, all right. And tell us a little bit about Alicia.
So Alicia and I go like way, way back. We were good friends in college, and I was always like that guy that had a crush on her.
Okay, wait. So you're the damaged grapefruit or she's the damaged grapefruit?
Well, I guess in this scenario, we're both damaged grapefruits.
A couple of damaged grapefruits trying to go out and have a good time.
Yeah, I always had a crush on Alicia. She's always been like the most attractive girl, so she, of course, always had a boyfriend. And every single time that something would happen with her and her boyfriend, I was always the guy that was there for her.
Oh. Well, you're trying to position yourself, right?
Well, no, I did have a crush on her, but I swear, Brooke, there was no like agenda. I'm a really good grapefruit. I'm one of the ones on the inside. So anyway, cut to present day. I see over Facebook that she got a divorce recently, and I saw maybe like a potential opening.
Yep, you saw that she'd been divorced, and you're like, just damaged enough now that I could probably date her.
Yeah, well, I thought, to be honest, I thought about some of the good times we had in college and figured, why not reach out? I did see like a little bit of an opening that maybe something could develop. Like, she's single, I'm single. There's really no reason why not.
And you guys had kind of dropped off in terms of your friendship post-college.
Yeah, she got married pretty early on, and then I left and moved like a couple 100 miles away. I mean, keeping in touch today is like so easy, but back then it wasn't like that easy, I guess. So yeah, we kind of fell out of touch with each other. And I decided, like I said, to reach out, and then to my surprise, reached back out to me after I messaged her over Facebook.
Did you proposition this as a date?
No, well, I just kind of like shared my condolences, on her divorce. That's never easy. And we started to like chit chat back and forth. And eventually I did ask her to like, maybe we should meet up for drinks. And she thought that was a good idea.
Okay, but did she consider it a date when you guys went out?
I didn't cross that boundary because I didn't know how fresh the divorce was. And I didn't know she would be kind of turned off if I asked her on a formal date.
You should have just sent her a message on Facebook that simply said breakup sex with a question.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know if that would have worked.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind for next time, all right? So, did you guys actually get together?
We did, yeah. We met at a bar, and when I saw her walk through the door, it was like a total flashback to college, and like a lot of feelings were immediately felt by me. She did not age at all. I was like smitten, I guess. I don't know. I was
cute.
Taken aback. It was cool. Like, it was a cool moment.
Yeah.
So how did drinks go?
It was good. We had a couple of drinks. We caught up, and then she kind of opened up to me about her marriage, and because I knew the guy, and actually, like, her vulnerability allowed me to open up about my divorce that I had too.
So how did everything end with you guys?
Well, I mean, we were, had another drink, and we decided to call it a night. And on my way out the door, I still was venting a little bit about my breakup, which was nothing like hers. My marriage only lasted like a year, and that ended like 7 years ago, which it's not even on my radar. I don't even know why I said this next thing, but while we were walking out the door, I admitted that the last 6 months of my marriage, we didn't even like have sex at all.
Okay.
Right when I said it, it was like word vomit.
You feel like that was too much information for her?
Yeah. She played it real cool, and she was real nice about everything, but it's like one of those moments where you like speak too much, and now like you can't take those words back. And I felt like maybe that's the reason why she hasn't called or texted me back, because it was a good date other than that.
Okay, but did she know it was a date?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like
It doesn't
a date.
sound like it, yeah.
Well, for me, it was a date. It was nice. And, I did ask her, like I said while we were leaving, that we should hang out again as like a formal date invitation, So
You said, quote, as a formal date invitation.
No, I'm not. I'm a grapefruit, not a robot. I said, like, we should hang out again. This was fun.
Again, that doesn't sound like a date.
Well, like, the way I said it, though, was like, there was, like, a vibe. I was sending some signals out that it was, like, more than just friends.
Okay. And what did she say to that?
She said, yeah, and she was, like, enthused, and it was cool, and that was the last I heard of Alicia, you know? Like, I reached out to her again on Facebook to try to put some dates on the calendar so we could go out, and then I haven't heard from her. And on Facebook, you can see when they've seen your message, and I know she's seen the messages, which is...
Have you sent her a message in all caps saying, I know you're seeing these, answer? I'm teaching you a lot of good tools here, Huxley.
I like that advice.
Yeah, you're laying down some good stuff. I am ready to go.
We'll play a song, come back, and then find out if you get a second date or if you're going to get ditched.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, hang on.